Hey everybody, it's Alexis with Create Your Future, and I am back today with a new video, some tips about manifesting as usual, and also a success story. So before I get started, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Please hit the bell icon in the box below and you get notified every time we post new videos. And you guys, happy Monday. Let's intend right now that you get something out of this video that you hadn't gotten before, and that this video clicks something for you at the beginning of your week, and we just make it work, right? And also let's intend that we start today off on a positive note and that we're creating the best day ever, right? Okay, so I have a success story today about a client of mine that did one-on-one coaching. She did some of my hypnosis audios and also the Manifest the Marriage of Your Dreams, Create Your Happy Ever After course. I say those because that helped her figure out where she was kind of missing in her manifestation journey, and it helped her put the pieces of the puzzle together. So I'm going to read the success story because it's short, and then I will go into just a couple things here that I think will help everybody. All right. So dear Alexis, thank you so much for your one-on-one guidance, helping me figure out my blocks, and most of all, assisting me in becoming the creator of my experience. After I listened to our coaching sessions, because I recorded them, and I went over the How to Manifest Your Happy Ever After marriage course that you created, it really helped me put things into perspective. Before working with you, I was doing a lot of techniques, doing meditations, hypnosis, coaching, writing affirmations, doing scripting, etc. And none of it was really working. I felt like I was stuck, and I was doing a lot of manifesting and not receiving anything and not seeing any movement from my SP. Now I can say that we have moved in together and we are talking about getting married. He is the one who is bringing up marriage to me, which is exactly what I wanted. Thank you so much for your help. XOXO. See you soon for our next session. So what the most interesting thing is that I see from her situation, and then from a lot of people that book their first session, and from what I see in some of the comments on videos, is that people, because of, right, we have like here, we have YouTube, we have TikTok, we have, I might forget some because I'm not on most of these, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, whatever. We have so many avenues, and just the internet, right, of buying courses, etc. So we have so many avenues these days in 2022 to overload ourselves with information and to really outdo and overdo your process of manifesting, especially when it's for an SP. Something's happened recently where there's so much information, because I hear about it from a lot of my clients, and it just seems like it's helpful to some people, but not helpful to a lot of people, because a lot of people are doing a lot of things just like this client and not getting a lot of results, which I don't like. Because remember that whether you like it or not, and whether you believe it or not, you are the creator of your reality, right? Your thoughts and your inner assumptions, your inner world, it mirrors out to your outer world, and you create a feedback loop in your reality of what you're focusing on, what you're deciding is happening, how you're thinking about it, and how you choose to see people and how they end up outside of you. So this is a fact, right? You can be doing, just like this client, you can be doing meditations, you can be doing coaching, you can be doing my hypnosis audios, you can be taking courses and doing a lot of doing, but not getting results because you're not implementing the information and you're not actually practicing it. Now, it's like, how do we do that, Alexis, right? How do I know if I'm not practicing it correctly? And how do I know that I'm doing too much, etc.? Well, the thing is, you guys, is that the manifestation process is not meant to be a bunch of techniques, doing a bunch of things to get what you want all the time, and it being in a frenzy, right? Especially if you're manifesting for a specific person. And just like this client, what you want is the other person to bring up marriage to you. You want the other person to initiate a relationship talk with you. You want the other person to call you. You want the other person in your reality to be activated, to take action, to come towards you. Okay. If that's what you want, which funnily enough, it's about like, I don't know, 9 out of 10 clients now, 95% of people that I speak to want to create that because they've either experienced the opposite with previous partners, or they've experienced the other dynamic where they're doing all the doing and the other person isn't reciprocating. And that's what they've experienced in their reality, and they're manifesting to change it. Okay. So first of all, if we are creating a reality where the other person is doing for you and you're receiving, then if we're living in the end of that reality, of that dimension, of that perspective, would you actually be doing a lot of doing to get the person? Because that's what people have the perspective. I'm doing a lot of things to get the person. I'm making a lot of things happen so that I get it, and then they come forwards, right? Well, it just doesn't happen that way. It doesn't work that way. What I want you to focus on, if this resonates with you in this video, is that just like this client, she engineered these techniques and the things that she was doing to be in complete resonance with her. She wasn't saying a lot of affirmations, doing a bunch of scripting, write 100 intentions a day. Oh my God, where is it? What is happening? Why isn't it happening for me? She instead decided, okay, I'm overloaded because of all these techniques. And Alexis told me, because I told her to tell herself this, and I tell a lot of my clients that, right? Because they don't believe it themselves. Alexis told me that I'm the creator of my reality. Alexis told me that whatever I focus on is what I create. So I've got to convince myself on a deeper level that I am the master creator. I am the goddess. It was a woman. I am the goddess creator of my experience. If that is true, then I have to resonate when being and living in the end with who I want to be. Now, if you're living in the end of who you want to be, you would have already thought these things through and you'd be the person. You wouldn't be doing a lot of doing, okay? Because most likely also, if you're doing a lot of doing a lot of techniques, asking about time, where is it, why isn't it happening, etc., 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 then I commonly see two reasons people are thinking that way. Number one, they're still giving people free will in their reality. Remember that people in your reality are a reflection of who you choose for them to be. When you choose for a different version of someone and they show up as that way, you release them from the obligation of being the old version. That's it. It's not out there. It isn't manipulation. It isn't something crazy that's thought up by over here by us law of assumption people. It is just a simple, pragmatic, psychological fact. When you change how you view someone, how you think about them, you release big things like resentment, anger, frustration, hurt, etc., and you allow yourself to focus on the version that you want them to be, you persist in that, they show up differently. Now, if you hear this and you're thinking, oh my God, that's so crazy, all of us have done this without knowing it. When you've seen someone change in your reality, when someone's acted a little bit different, when someone has transformed, right, for whatever reason. So what I see though is when people are hesitant doing a lot of techniques, they number one, don't really believe that people don't have free will. And they don't really believe that people are coming from their assumptions, their thoughts, and who they decide that they are. And then that person comes outside of them. Okay. The other reason is that because they just aren't really deeply slowing themselves down and resonating with the concept that they are the only one that creates their reality. And that they are the only one that sees through their eyes, through their perspective, through their awareness, and that they're the only person who's aware of their consciousness and their reality. Neville Goddard talks a lot about this. If you like Neville's work, what I'd like to say today too is that Neville Goddard is one person that wrote about the laws of the mind, the laws of the universe. He's not the only one. So if you're reading a lot of Neville and you're deciding it's like the gospel of the creator, I would encourage you to decide that you created the experience of Neville, reading Neville, because you're the creator, right? That's what I would encourage you to do. I've read Neville's work. Obviously, I follow Neville Goddard, but it's not the be all and end all, okay? And he was one person. Just want to say that, okay? So in any event, just like this client, what I want to get back to is what she did though, since we're talking about a little bit of the doing. She took my Manifest Your Happy Ever After marriage course. And in that course, it comes with hypnosis audios and it comes with many pragmatic tips about how to resonate with living in the end of being the person you want to be. Okay. and being in the marriage, talking to yourself in your inner dialogue in a way that you are the one who's married, you are Mr. This, you are Mrs. That, you are whatever, whoever you want to be, and goes into the quantum universe, the quantum realm, and why this is possible. Okay. She also did one-on-one coaching. She did a couple of the hypnosis audios I also had available before. But really what she started to do was do less things and be more of the person of her that has it, of the person of her, the version of her, and the person within her that is her, who's in the desire, experiencing the marriage, experience being loved, experiencing being adored, and that the person, her future husband outside of her, was doing a lot of the actions towards her, and she was just receiving. She was just in the beauty and the experience of being receptive, being adored, being loved. All right. So this is also, I want to say too, these are key components to anything that you're manifesting, whether it's a specific person, whether it's money, whether it's more friends, being in the version of you, because it's what seems what people want, that is like all the friends are coming towards them. They are the one that has all the adoration. All of this is working for them. Money coming towards them. It's really key. It's also the opposite of what we're taught to do these days, which is hustle, right? Have a side hustle to make it happen, go out, make it happen, make it work. I'm doing this, I'm making this happen, right? The action is always secondary. The primary is focusing on who am I being right now? Who am I resonating with? Who am I carrying around throughout the day? Who am I deciding I am? How am I deciding my reality goes, right? Okay, so there's just some basic tips about manifesting. Just like this client, you can go, because she went through a breakup. The SP and she were currently apart when she first began coaching. Then look at this. They moved in together and he began deciding and he began talking about marriage like out of the blue. That's how this works. If you're implementing these practices, not checking the 3D reality, seeing for when it's happening, but deciding that without seeing, without having a nudge from your universe, right? That you are the person that has it. The more that you are that, the more everything conforms. Okay. All right, you guys. So like I always say, go out, make today awesome, smile, laugh. Remember that you are the creator of your universe. You're the creator of your experience, and you got this. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.